Just acknowledges to Brian Lara that he's sorry, and all in readiness for McGill's first ball of this test match. And that's the problem. No man out there, and that is the boundary to Brian Lara first up.
He's hoisted up, down towards Laron, into the mound stand. A superb shot from Lara for 6. Now there's the first time we've seen him use his feet. He's got the maximum of the last ball of the over, and the West Indies are 126 for 4. Here's Gillespie, who had a very good last over. Banged away through the offside, will go for 4, short, and Lara climbing onto it. And that boundary carries Lara to over 5,000 runs in Test cricket. He becomes the 8th West Indian to reach that figure, and he really did put it away expertly. Through. Beautifully struck by Lara, but right through the field it was travelling. Another boundary for Lara, carries him to 84.
His mind's on the last one.
That'll go for another 4. Brian Lara in full flow moves into the 90s. He's up to 92 with 3 boundaries in the over, and the West Indies have moved on to 179 for 4.
There's the mid-wicket gap. He's gone for it. Chance of the stumps, and he's hit the stumps. The umpire will have to call for the third umpire. So Steve Buckner has called for the third umpire. The crowd has been invaded, but we don't know whether Brian Lara has got his century or not. And there is pandemonium on the ground here at Sabina Park. The fans have run onto the ground, but they may be celebrating a 99. What a risky single. So this is understandable, but uncalled for.
Well, it's a bit of stupidity, David, isn't it? I mean, they're really knocking him around there. You can see the concern on the players' faces there. It's not over that. They're just wondering whether he's out or not.
So a tough one for the third umpire on those 2 replays. You'll see the stump to the right of the umpire's shoulder in just a moment. So the ball's hit the stumps, and there's the stump coming now, but the bat is some 1/3 of a metre over the line. And I think the third umpire, Jeffrey, has to give Brian Lara the benefit of the doubt.
Well, if you can't see it, David, obviously that's the only shot.
So there's 100 to Brian Lara. His 11th Test 100. His first since June in 1997. There's been a drought. There's been 7 Test matches since a West Indian has made a century. He was under enormous pressure in this match. He was given a 2-match probationary period as captain. He served 1 last test. He got humiliated, and he has come out and played an absolutely sensational test match innings. The applause of the Australian players as well. He acknowledges the huge crowd here at Sabina Park. And what a relief for the champion from Trinidad. Spoiled only by the idiots that ran onto the pitch. But the drama was just unbelievable with the third umpire being called into play.
It's Lara in strike now with the 3 off the last ball of the previous over. Now a magnificent hit, very similar to the one he had earlier off Shane Warne, and this goes all the way for 6 as well. It's celebration time here at Sabina Park. And there he goes again. That's another one. Brian Lara in full flow. His third 6, his second in succession. He's now moved on to 143. Beautiful use of the feet, full flow of the bat, and the certainty of another 6.
And is able to put it through for 4. Great shot by Brian Lara. He sat, he waited. He's taken the verbal abuse that Glenn McGrath has handed out, and he is dishing out some of his own by way of his bat. It was easy last week in my first game. What's happened today? And that's hit him. He'd already bowled 2 bounces in the over, and that has hit Lara maybe under the grill, and that has hurt Brian Lara. He's gone down, and the Australian players have gone around to see if he's okay. Nobody likes to see anybody hit in the head or in the face. And Brian Lara was very lucky that his bat didn't go on the stumps. You see him put the bat down, and it fell away from the stumps, but it could quite easily have fallen towards the stumps and on the stumps. Well played by Lara. That is brilliant. That's probably the most stunning piece of batting that we've seen today. He leant onto the ball. Glenn McGrath can only shake his head and wonder. That is a stunning piece of batsmanship. 332 for 4.
At this stage, they really need to concentrate to make sure that they go through the entire day.
And you can't bowl 23 miles an hour and short to a bloke on 183.
That was a good shot again. Much too slow to be bowling short.
And over the top, and that'll go to the boundary as well. Consecutive boundaries, and that is a 26th boundary for Brian Lara, 26-4. And Lara decides to go over the top. So this could be the 3rd boundary in a row. That is the 3rd boundary in a row. And that is a lovely shot. Lara goes to 199. 4 fours in a row. There it is. He has whipped it past mid-on, and Matthew Elliott's got to beat a lot of people helping him field the ball. So the umpire will give him 4 runs. And this is one of the problems, because it's the safety of the players that you feel for. You've got idiots lying on the pitch, and this is a slur on the game of cricket. It's a slur on the supporters here, both Australian and local supporters. And we know that it's a great moment, but if the people are fair dinkum cricket supporters, they would allow Brian Lara to enjoy the moment in peace and afford him the applause and the space that he so thoroughly deserves on the ground. So Brian Lara emerges now for the change rooms. He obviously went into the change rooms while all that was happening. Ian Healy is just in front of him, so we can assume that both those men went from the ground as quickly as possible. And straight through the legs of the Australian captain. 4 more runs.
And a single to finish off the day. The West Indies finish the day 121 runs to the good. Brian Lara has got 212 to his name. Congratulations from Michael Slater. 99 runs in the session, and a day on which the West Indies haven't lost a single wicket. The only setback for them, as Brian Lara, the West Indies captain, the hero of the day, shrugging off all the despondency, his own personal problems, to lead the West Indies to this position at the end of the day. A magnificent innings, his 3rd double century in Test cricket, and all of his teammates and all the spectators around Sabina Park are claiming this great innings by this great left-handed batsman. Let's not forget the part that Jimmy Adams has played in it. He is 88. And in the final session of the day's play, extended of course, so we can get in the 90 overs for the day, 150 runs in the 160 minutes play. West Indies starting the day in a desperate situation at 37 for 4.